We can empower the next generation by encouraging the youth on discussions about what ethical behavior consists of, what corruption is, and ways of fighting it, and encouraging young people to demand their right to education. We must together define corruption, not follow the description that our colonizers have given to us, where you all know that even bribery is defined as involving both the giver and the taker. Yet all these flows we are talking about are not coming to Africa. They are rather going to Europe, America, and the other countries. Yes, they see us as corrupt, but see themselves as what? How can we take that definition of corruption? If you look at the Transparency International, you may see countries like Switzerland being regarded as one of the least corrupt countries. But we know that a lot of the corruption that takes place in Africa is invested in Switzerland. Yet they say they are not corrupt, but we are corrupt. If you give safe havens, people will definitely take advantage of it. So we have to sit down with the youth and redefine corruption and fight it based on our terms, not on their terms. So we need to empower the youth to enable us to do that, and particularly for them to demand the right to education. And when I'm talking about right to education, I'm not talking about only formal education. It also includes the informal education. We should ensure that future generations of citizens are brought up to expect a corruption-free country as one of the best tools to ensure a brighter future. This, by no means, paves the way for a future where fairness, justice, opportunity, and dignity for all are not just promises, but a lived reality. Breaking the chains of corruption will require collective courage, institutional reform, and sustained civil vigilance, which are necessary and possible. Let us walk the difficult path of integrity, knowing that in doing so, we are paving the way for generations yet unborn to lead the same path. Let me say this, that we also have together to redefine leadership. Who are the type of people who want to lead? Are we looking at the fiscal structure? Looking at whether the person is handsome or beautiful? To take the person as a leader? Are we looking at academic excellence? Are we looking at the quality of the human being in terms of honesty, truthfulness, dedication, and commitment? Are we looking at how we dress, our appearance, in deciding who should lead us? What are the values we treasure? When we started this whole journey, we were not shunning words like prosperity. But we knew that once you start talking about prosperity, you are talking about a class society. Because others will have to aggrandize what belongs to all of us to be prosperous. And so other people will be left in the poverty cycle. And so our focus, which is even in the Constitution, is about justice. It's about freedom. It's about equity and equality. Those are the focus. Now we have shifted, and people are looking at affluence, money, wealth, prosperity. And all of you rising up, when you finish and you're looking for a job, oh, I'm looking for GMPC. I want GRA. I'm looking for customs. Where are the places you look for? Gapoha. Now, this young man seated in front of me, called Chairman General Johnson Asiedu in Ketia, is going to be a mouthful there at Gapoha. You go there, you won't get those things there. You have seen him, and I've been teasing him for many, many years, because when we were together in Parliament, he was so good in Parliament. You know, he's a man of wits, great, great wits. And he can even insult you without you knowing that he's insulting you. So there were great, great things he did in Parliament. And he was appointed a deputy minister for, that time, was it food and agric or agric? Food and agric. And because of his size, we're teasing him that he should go and eat so that he can put on weight. At the end of the day, he was worse than we sent him. Because his commitment was in the rural villages, running around with the farmers. So he rather reduced in weight. And you see him in leadership up to date. It's not because he cannot be, the description of good living in Africa is for you to put on weight. And so if you marry a young lady and the parent comes to see her reducing, they start asking questions. What is happening? You are not taking good care of my daughter. The same for the men. What is your wife doing? Is she not cooking? I'm not sure many of you even can cook today. No, I've come across some. So it's from experience. Because they know how to go to the food joints and buy food. They don't know how to go to. And I listened to one elderly woman who said that cooking is very difficult. I won't mention her name. Let me end by commending the Bright Future Alliance for the boldness and vision. I salute every young person here and those out there who refuse to give up on Ghana. Together, let us build a democracy where leadership is service, power is responsibility, and governance is truly for the people. I want to emphasize what the executive director said. Ghana is greener than any country in the world. And that is why God positioned us in the center of the world. No other country is placed in that position except Ghana. That is why, right up from the beginning, during Kwame Nkrumah's time, Ghana was referred to as the Mecca of the black race. Any black person anywhere in the world wanted to visit Ghana. That is why the GMT, the Greenwich Mean Time, is calculated from Ghana. You're not taking advantage of all this. You think to develop a country is to sell natural commodities. No. It's to sell ideas. Morocco is now doing it, taking advantage of its position between Atlantic, Mediterranean, Africa, and Europe. Ghana, we are talking about gold, cocoa. Timber is finished. Yet, quality human resource we have, and we are always first. The first professor of the black race came from Ghana. 17, are you hearing me? 1730. We had a professor who was so brilliant that he still celebrated today in the country he was in, the Dutch Netherlands. We don't even know him. You are celebrating those who finished 19 something. The first black engineer came from Ghana. And the first black person to preside over the General Assembly of the United Nations came from Ghana. Again, our recent Secretary General of the United Nations from Ghana. You can mention them. Yet, here we are, struggling still to get Gary to eat. And we used in those days to consider ourselves privileged when you were able to go and sit Lapiwa. How do you call it today? Laps. We used to say laps